Okay, yeah, I'm trying to put it together myself as I'm looking at you, okay, because it's just it's quite jarring. I don't know what'll show up on the film. I just know what I'm seeing, you know, so it's very interesting, you know. Okay. Just in terms of the big picture, and I don't even know, how do you feel about the big picture here on Earth? Do you think you know the scenario well, or do you think you're learning it?
I'm not allowed to tell.
I'm not asking you anything about it. I'm asking you, do you think, like if I just say, do you think you know the scenario as it's being rolled out here on Earth? Do you think
yes,
you know?
it's deja vu. It's complete deja vu to me. Every time it happens to me, it's deja vu. I know what's going to come. I know what's going to happen.
You do.
I can't say because what I know is going to happen, humanity is not ready to hear about. So it's going to take time. When I think humanity is ready to hear it, I'll speak it.
Okay.
But that also gets me killed too.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. You know, so that's why I appreciate that. I just was curious whether you, and this information, does it come from the ETs, do you think, or did it come from your family? Because obviously the Rothschilds have an agenda, the Rockefellers. They are part of this future of humanity. They have an agenda they want to see happen. They're working very hard to have that happen. It may not happen, okay, the way they want it to happen.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And that's key. But are you aware, for example, of something called Project Looking Glass?
I've heard of it, but I've never looked into it, so I don't really know it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
What about the Yellow Book?
Yellow Book? No. I don't
Yellow Cube?
No.
Nothing about that?
No. See, like I said, I don't look into things because I try to stay true.
That's all fine. You know, in some instances...
No, Project Paperclip directly affected me because it was the Nazis brought over here.
Right.
Yeah.
And why do you say that?
Because they brought Mengele to me.
Okay.
They brought that. The Nazi influence is heavy in my family, from my father and mother.
All right. And do you feel, did you meet a lot of the paperclip scientists?
A few.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I talked about...
I've never admitted that before. Only Mengele have I admitted to before.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
When a little earlier, I talked about a time traveler who had been talking about these scientists who have been seen, have been working, and they're actually, what they do, this is what I was told. What they do is they actually are here. They've been regressed to much younger ages. They're in their like late 20s, sometimes their 30s. They're working very heavily on projects, but they actually have jobs that make them look like they're surface, what I would call surface people. They may have some low-level job in a clothing store or a office supply store.
My father's cover job was a congressional aide. So he was only supposed to be known as a congressional aide. That's it.
Right.
And he headed everything.
Yeah.
You know?
So
irony at its finest right there.
Yeah, and so there seems to be some, like, even that's a time travel technique. In other words, to have the one sort of, and maybe, and this is another part of the story which I was trying to piece together, which was maybe they have clones that are being used to go to work that day and appear to be like a normal human while they go into the underground base and take care of certain business.
You're very intuitive.
Okay. Yeah, well, no,
yes,
this
right.
time
That's
traveler
right.
person came to me, revealed these elements, and, you know, there was no other way to explain what he was talking about but then to say that, in other words, to jump to that place.
Right. They have several containers.
Yeah.
It's just not one or two. There's several. See, the government knows how to take your soul and just put it in this one, or put it in this one,
right.
Put it in this one. You know, people don't understand that it's a very easy process, actually. You know, we could do it ourselves. We can pull our own souls out and put it in another container. It takes a lot for a human to do it, though. You know, for like you or me or someone else to do it without tech, I should say. It takes tech to do it. For us to do it ourselves, it would take a high vibration from us to get our souls to pop out to do it in a conscious manner.
Okay, yeah, and that gets into all kinds of ethics, but there is also a darker side to that would be called possession.
Absolutely.
Okay. In terms of, let's just say, in terms of the occult, were you taught this information when you were growing up?
I was always taken to church. My parents made a point of always going to church because that was the cover. Now, if any, I don't remember any satanic anything else.
You don't remember being taught the occult?
No.
Okay.
But I feel it heavily in my life. Aleister Crowley is very heavily ingrained in me. And he tries to charm me all the time. He sends me hearts when he needs more people on his side. He wants me to be over there because he knows my vibration level, and he's trying to get me back. You know, he's trying to get me back with him.
Okay, and so you're talking about him as if he's still alive.
He is. He's a time traveler too. He had access to time travel tech. So he's here as if he was still a young man, you know, middle-aged man or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to get everything back, you know. He wants it all back for himself.
So well, what that tells me, and I'm not, you know, I'm not so sure that makes sense. And I'll tell you why. And you can tell me why it does. Okay, so I'm throwing out that because I have studied the occult, and I do know a fair amount about Crowley, and I don't know everything about him by any means. But what I would say is that, and this is actually something I've puzzled over, and I feel this way about, for example, Enki and Enlil and so on. In other words, there must be a way that these individuals progress. They can't have all this knowledge and not progress. So it seems strange to me when you say he wants it all for himself. It doesn't seem logical, based on what I know about Crowley, that would be true of him now.
Well, he's still under contract to bring darkness. Until we become peaceful, his contract can't end. So
and that's how you... Okay, who told you that?
I can't say.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, there's a lot... That kind of thing I could walk out the door right now and I'm done.
I hear you.
Yeah. Those of us that are part of Project IBIS, we're encoded with Crowley. Crowley's encoded in our DNA.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So can you read the tarot?
The tarot?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do that quite a bit.
Yeah. Do you use the Crowley tarot?
I don't know what the Crowley tarot is, so I
you
would
don't
know.
Well, do you know which deck you're using?
Oh my goodness. I feel so stupid right now because I don't remember the name of it. I have two separate decks at home. I have an angel deck, and then I have a deck that's copied off of the first tarots, you know, the original tarots that were made. Okay,
so you must have the old style deck, which I don't know the name of that. All right.
It has
enough.
a tower where you see the Pope coming out and the Queen coming out. You know what I'm saying? That card.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but I understand it's the old style deck.
Yeah.
Okay, but there is a Crowley tarot. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it might be interesting for you in this awakened state to look at those cards.
Yeah. That's
because
what I was just thinking.
His partner, sort of wife partner, and I forget her name. I think it might have been Frida or something like that. Or maybe I have her name wrong. Anyway, at any rate, she painted them. And they're quite beautiful.
Yeah.
They're more beautiful than the original deck.
Crowley made Thelema. Thelema is a beautiful religion. It's beautiful. It's very spiritual. So people have to understand he's not all darkness. You know, he's really not all darkness, not in my eyes. But, you know, like I said, I'm encoded with him.
Right.
So to me, he's not anything more than just an experience. You know, he's just another part of my puzzle piece. You know, I don't really feel so much darkness. I think to myself, why in the heck am I getting hearts from him, you know? But that kind of throws me off a little bit, and I just tell him, I'm sorry, but my hearts go to my husband, you know? And that's how I put it to him, and he leaves me alone for a little bit, and then he tries again, and then I get him to leave me alone. It's just an on and on and on process for him.
Okay, are you in touch with members of the Rothschild family?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been?
Yes.
do you remember that?
When I was a child, we used to go around them all the time. Because
Okay.
As a child, I was very used to being around Kennedys, around Rothschilds, around Rockefellers, around all of those elite. My father always was taking me around them.
Okay. Have you traveled the world at all?
Not consciously that I remember. I don't have a passport.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I never knew whether I could get one or not. I'm sure I'm on a no-fly list with my mouth that flies.
Okay. Well, it would be, though, you know, everyone's basically your travels are also for self-awareness. So the more you, if you were to travel, I would encourage you to do so first of all, because it will awaken more memories.
I would love to.
As a soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to.
Yeah. Okay, well, at this point, I'm going to shut this down, and I'm supposed to go speak for a short bit, and I don't even know when, but there's some other people coming along to hear, but thank you so much for this.
You're welcome.
It's been a great conversation.
Yes,
and
I very much enjoyed it, very much.
Okay, thank you. And I wish you well, and I hope that you can come forward again, and that we can talk some more.
Yeah, I'm going to come forward till it's all out, until everything's peaceful. I won't stop until peace happens. That's why I'm here. Aaron means peace. I'm here for peace.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Aaron.
You're welcome.